we have, as a parish, had groups get together and look at land. We had a land search committee, looked at about 10 to 12 parcels of land, and landed on a series of meetings and have selected a property that we're looking into purchasing. Now, we have not purchased it yet. It's on County Road 9, east of 169, on the north side, about a mile or so to the east of 169. It's actually owned by parishioners Alantini Emmerich. And so we cannot purchase that land until we get approval from the diocese, and that will be determined by the bishop at the diocesan meeting in March.
March 4th.
March 4th. So that part is in motion, and we're looking at that, but no purchase has been made yet. Another committee has been looking at a number of architectural firms to help us decide what our new structure should look like. And after a very lengthy process, 40-some different firms were looked at, that was dwindled down to 3, and then after interviews, we have selected the firm of Miller Dunwiddie. And with us today to give us an update is Paul May and, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Kathryn Hunsley. So Paul came and presented to us as the parish development teams and parish council the other night, and they truly are going to be partners in this. This is not them coming and showing us what we should build as a church. They're here to find out what we want and need, and to incorporate all the different aspects of the community and the land and the whole process. So I'll turn it over to Paul to talk about that process.
Thank you. Never get to wear a coach before, so I'm Paul May, and this is Kathryn Hunsley from Miller Dunwiddie Architecture. We're out of Minneapolis. We are just happy to be here and thrilled to be here. We've been at Mass last night and this morning and again at 11 o'clock. And I think the thing that just resonates with both of us is just the energy that's here and the thrill, the sense of community, and how you are excited to see where God's leading you as far as your facilities and your site. We are an architectural firm that's been around for 50-some years. We've done a lot of faith-based work, but I can assure you we haven't drawn anything yet on your project. It's really critical for us to understand, as Greg noted, that the design rises up of the needs of what you have, the identity that you have in Christ, the identity that you have with each other, the community that you form. And it's exciting to be part of it. We were invited to be part of your community, and it really we enjoy doing this. Kathryn and I have done about 12 churches together, and I've done about 30 over the course of the years, and everyone is different. And if you look at our website, there isn't a Miller Dunwiddie style that will be disposed upon you or bestowed upon you. Every project arises from the site, from the community, from you. And it's important that we take time to do that. And so over the next 5 months, we'll be doing this called master planning. And over the next 5 months, we will spend a lot of time with you. And we already have spent some time with you, but not nearly enough, especially when you talk about the Packers and such glowing terms. I'm from Wisconsin originally, but lived here for 30 years. The first month that we do is really what we call absorbing. We just have to learn about you. We have to learn what is important to you. We will be meeting with the 6 development teams regarding hospitality, and worship, and liturgy. We'll be touring other facilities to see, what do you think about this gathering space? What do you think about this font or this lighting? How much glass? Is this too much glass? Is this not enough glass? And we just take notes and we say, this is what we heard, this is what we heard. Kathryn will talk a little bit more about this programming effort in just a second. But then after we hear this for a month or a month and a half, then we start drawing some ideas, and multiple ideas, options after options. And we bring them back to you in your facility planning committee and you say, we heard this, and this is kind of an idea that developed from that. And we heard other ideas, and this is kind of a design that came from that. This is called conceptual design. And you might say, like, a little bit about this, and a little bit about this, and a little bit about this. That's okay. That's what we like to hear, because we blend things together, and then we will refine the designs, and we'll develop options and priorities, because ultimately, what gets built will be built in phases, likely. And what would be the first phase that we should do? What would be the most important thing? What might be the next phase? And if capital campaign, which Father will chat about, that may start in May or June, we ultimately want to align the design with the funding that's available. The stewardship of monies that God gives you, that gives the project. It's important that they align and they're done well. But the building that results will be something that is timeless. Will be a legacy to yourselves, to the generations that came before. We will likely incorporate elements from the Zimmerman Church, elements from the Princeton Church, but also look forward. And what will be what we need for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. It's just an exciting thing to think about. Then in April, we'll put together drawings that have been refinement, that have been vetted through a lot of discussions with you and with others in the parish. And we'll present those. And when we get done with that in about May, that'll be about 20% of the time it takes before we're ready to put a shovel in the ground. So there's opportunities to reflect, to pray, to think about what ifs, and to potentially make changes, but we're trying to get a direction, a vision with the task that we get to participate with. One of the first things we'll be doing is what's called programming and needs assessment. And I'll let Kathryn explain that.
Well, I hold the pouch.
Hi, I'm Kathryn Hunsley. I'm an interior designer, and I work directly with Paul and your parish to create the church that you envision. So, as Paul mentioned, we're going to start actually this Wednesday with our first programming session, and we're meeting with 3 of the 6 groups this week. And what we do at those sessions is really just gather information. And it's big picture, and it's really small detail. We just get as much as we can from everybody involved. We'll talk about things like acoustics, what's important to you with acoustics, lighting, day lighting, carpet, wood, every type of material that would be inside or outside of your church. We'll talk about what's important to you as far as security and safety, education, the site, parking, you name it, we'll talk about it. And we're also going to be touring the churches, as Paul mentioned. So we invite you to submit your ideas and inspiration, whether it's another church or a school or your home, whatever inspires you, we want to hear about it.
As we said, we like to consider this time as being a sponge and absorbing. And maybe in the next month we start squeezing that sponge and saying, this is what we heard, and this is how we meld things together to reflect what we've heard from you. And we may be able to take pieces from churches and an idea that came from this church or that church, or things you might cut out from a magazine or a newspaper, submit it to the office or to someone on the development teams or the facility planning teams. And that just enables us to have a sort of a frame of reference to talk about. So if we heard about the front door should have this or that, or lots of glass or natural light, and we like to get incorporated in there. But as I started out saying, we haven't drawn anything, but we're looking forward to that time to share our ideas with you, ideas that you have shared with us.